This is the swing arm from my hydraulic boat trailer. It's a 20-ton boat trailer, so pretty heavy duty parts. That is, oh, let's see, that is oh, 2.5 inches thick, probably 3 feet long almost. Yeah, just under 3 foot long, and 12 inches wide. It's a pretty stout piece of steel, but pretty crappy design. They should have put bushings in here. This only moves up and down like that. It really doesn't go far. This, yeah, for sure. You know, it's got tapered roller bearings. I just actually replaced the stubs, which was a pain in the ass, but so those are all now oil bearings instead of greased ones like it was. They're even heavier duty. Those are Dexter axles that I cut the ends off of and grafted onto there with a bunch of reinforcement. Anyways, so these were bearings too, and they let go. And I didn't notice it until it was too late. That I thought that this had grease in it, but the seal had let go, so it kind of washed all the grease out of it, and it kind of doesn't get a lot of attention. It should get more attention. I should pay more attention to them. So all the other ones, I just pumped them back full of grease again, and this one obviously is smoked. So instead of replacing it with bearings, I am going to chuck it up on the milling machine. And this bore right here is okay. It's not perfect, but it's okay. This down inside is really crusty, and I want to get more bearing surface because I'm going to put a bushing in it instead of a bearing. I feel like it'll last longer, so I want to increase the area that I can put a bushing. So instead of 3/4 wide by 4 3/8, 3-inch inside, it's going to be 3-inch inside, 4 3/8 outside. But I'm going to do it like, probably I'll bore it down into it. Oh, I don't know. I might make it 1 inch at that width, and then I'm going to go another inch, and I'm just going to clean up the inside to be probably 4-inch if I can get away with it to clean it, and that way I can make the bushing go into it even deeper. But I'm going to do it to both sides, so this ought to be fun. Anyways, I'll take some more footage here in a bit. Just took it off the milling machine. Probably should have taken some video, but whatever. Increased the depth of this to 1.25 inches. Bored this out to 4 inches. This is bored out to 1 3/8 inches. Basically, I just want enough to clean it. Just took a light skim cut on this because it had some pitting at the bottom I wanted to try to clean up. I got most of it, but I didn't want to go too deep, so I'll just put some silicone on it. Oh, now I gotta figure out how the frig I'm gonna flip it over and get it pinched back down in line. That was the other reason I wanted to face this, was so that it would sit nice and flat on the table and I'd be able to realign it easy enough. So it's a big piece for that mill. I mean, it's, you know, that's a decent mill. It's just a touch bigger than a Bridgeport. You know, it's built a little heavier than a Bridgeport. It's got a lot bigger knee on it and stuff like that, but and the cross saddle's bigger and wider. But anyways, it's still, you know, I don't even know what that weighs. A lot. Actually, I should weigh it and see what it weighs. Yeah, I'm going to weigh it and see how much it weighs. Anyways, clean it off, flip it over, repeat. 2 hours later, no, it was like an hour. That stuff is, I think, 5-inch, just over. Oh, it's like, yeah, it's 5-inch. 5-inch, that's going to become a couple new bushings. I think it's a low-grade stainless steel. It looks rusty, but that's grinding dust that got on it. This thing has been outside and inside and outside, and the bottom of it still hasn't rusted. And like I cut that months and months ago, and then it sat outside and didn't rust. So I'm pretty sure it's a low-grade stainless steel. I paid $50 for the whole billet at a paper mill closure auction. Got lots of good stuff at that one. I got a 20-foot scissor lift. What is it? Greco? No, I don't know. Anyways, for like $800. All it needed was batteries, so nobody else bid on it. Anyways, gotta chuck that up in the lathe and make a couple of bushings out of it. Well, there's a start. Just did just faced it and took a skim pass. Everything set to zeros, and we'll do a little measuring and see where we're at, and then I can know how much I gotta take off. Yeah, I blew the VFD in the other one, so I had to swap it over to this lathe, which meant, unfortunately, I had to take the cannon out. No big deal, I can get it lined back up, but one of them things. Popped the VFD, I tried to fix it, didn't work, so I got a new one coming that's 1 more horsepower bigger, which is oddly a very big VFD compared to what it was. And done. That should be 2 sides. Let's do a quick check. I hate doing a thin cut on this thing because it doesn't leave a very good finish. The finish before that was much better. Let's see what we're at. Look at that. 375 on the money. That should give me a 2 thousandths interference fit with what I bored out. I bored it just under 4 3/8 for the for the pockets that I did on this. Now I need to do the step, which is 3/4 of an inch of 4" instead of 4 3/8. So here we go. Got it board for the first part. Oh, it's inch and a half, something like that. Yeah, I think that's an inch and 9/16 bit. That's what it is. And then I got the big boring bar there. We'll put that in it and bore it the rest of the way out to 3 inches. Take it out, slice it off in the bandsaw because it takes forever with the parting tool, and I just shattered the tip on the parting tool by accident, so screw it. I'm just gonna chop it off in the bandsaw. It's quicker anyways. And then I'll just put it back up in here and face it, and good to go. Bring you back in a bit. Well, there she is, bored out to preliminary size. I bored her out right to 3 inch on the money, but it's smoking freaking hot. This is some hard material. So I'm gonna let her cool down. Oh yeah, she's like, can't even touch it hardly. So that should bring it to undersize, and then I'll do a finish pass on it. Even though the finish is, it's hard to see, but the finish is actually really good for an old boring bar. I do like that boring bar. It's nice and stiff. It's a, whew, that's freaking hot too. It's like an 1 1/8 boring bar, I think. I can't remember. 1 1/4 boring bar. But anyways, let it cool off and bore it to size, take it out of the chuck, put it in the saw, cut it into chunks, take it back out, flip them around, put them in, face them. Fun. Fun, fun. You can tell it's hard by the freaking color of the chips coming off of it, and it comes off stringy sometimes. It's really hard to break a chip. I mean, that's a 70 thou cut. Let's see, what's the feed rate at? The feed rate is set at, C and B. C and B, and we are all the way over here. So, C and B, 6 thou per revolution. So, that's 6 thou by 70 thou chip, and it still wouldn't break it. It's a pretty heavy feed rate, but she likes it. Hers a big girl. Freaking love this lathe. Someday, I'm going to clean up the green one and sell that and use the money from selling that to send this to the bed refinisher and have them grind the ways and put turkite or tearsite, whatever it is, on both the ways and on the tailstock so that it all slides real easy. Blah da 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 da. But anyways, more to come. Well, there are the 2 bushings done. Just getting ready to stick them in the freezer. Get them cold. I'll heat up the part. Should slide right in. Maybe a little force, but should be good. I cut grease grooves in them. Big one all the way around the center, 3 cross that almost go out to the outside edge. And then I also do a spiral so that it really spreads the grease out. Something like this really needs good greasing, so I'll put a new grease zerk in it and clean out the hole before I slam them together. These are going to go in the freezer for about an hour, and then about 45 minutes in, I'll put the torch on this and start warming it up. Slam these suckers in there. Put this thing back together so I can go haul some boats out. Warming it up. Bearings are all cooled off. Warming everything up. Bearings are all cooled off. Like 155, right around there. I'm gonna do one more spot over on this side, and I should be warm enough on this one to slide right in, I hope. 3 or 4 thou. Between cooling it off, and bushing, and warming this up, it ought to slide right in. I might have to get the press out, but I don't think so. Bring you back when I'm putting it together. Well, there they are. Both of them pressed in. Good to go. Had one little mishap with an end melt, but it didn't go all the way out, so I don't really care. Oh, now I just gotta, I don't know, clean up the stub a little bit, sticking off the trailer. Lather some grease on it, change out the grease zerk so that that's good. Pick it up with the tractor as level as I can and slam it back together. Finally. All summer I've been trying to find time to do this. Oh man, fun.